So let's practice a bit together. I will guide using the breath and the body primarily as anchors, but you can also use your hands, your feet, or your butt on the seat. I have so much fun saying that, I don't know why. Or the field of sound. If you do pay attention to sounds, it's generally good to bring them all as close to the eardrum as possible. Like all sound, no matter how far away, is meeting our eardrum. So you can hear the closest sounds and the furthest sounds away, all appearing in this one field of sound. So that can be really nice for some people if the breath isn't a comfortable anchor for you. So you got hands, your feet, your butt on the seat, the field of sound, or you can just sense the whole body. Feel comfortable to use whatever anchor will best support your practice. And I may leave a little more space. I'm trying to leave a little more space for us as we practice a little more together week after week. I'm trying to leave a little more space in between guidance to help us recognize when our mind is caught in the weeds. And then we will notice, and I will call us back to our breath and our body, or another anchor if you choose. So we can begin by just finding a comfortable posture for our body. You don't have to sit on the floor on a cushion or cross-legged if that's not comfortable for you. We can also stand. We can sit in a chair, or we can also lie down. If you are going to lie down, you can, if you imagine me laying on my back, not sitting upright. If I was on the ground on my back, I'd have my arms up a little bit in the air, and then this helps if you get sleepy and start to fall asleep while you're laying down. Your arms might kind of collapse on you, and this can help wake us back up if we're feeling sleepy. So if we can, and our bodies will allow for it, it's good if our posture is not too slouched or hunched over. So if you're standing or sitting, you can lengthen up through your spine and your neck. And to find a point of balance and ease, we can even slightly rock side to side and front to back. And we can tilt our head side to side and front to back as well. However is best for your needs, and not too strained, letting your head, neck, back, and hips be roughly in alignment with one another. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes or let them be open or slightly open, whatever you prefer. And if it's comfortable or helps you settle or relaxes you, we can start by taking a few deep breaths. We can relax our chest and our belly as we do this so that the breath isn't constricted. And let the shoulders be at ease, letting our arms and hands rest easily at our side or in our lap. And we can loosen the jaw and let it hang slightly. Relaxing our forehead and around our eyes. And just let the whole face and body be soft if you can. And perhaps the intention for your heart to be soft as well. Sensing our capacity to be present for whatever arises with a spirit of kindness and curiosity for what's here. And now just notice where your attention currently is. We can just notice whatever it's on. And then allow it to come to rest on the breath. We can sense breathing in our belly, in our chest, or in our nose. Maybe a little bit of air swirling at the back of our throat. Or in the expanding and contracting of our back. And just pick a point that is easy for you to feel the breath, or you can combine some of the points where your breath is showing up and sense multiple spots. If it is difficult at all to sense the breath, we can place a hand on our belly or on our chest or both, feeling our hand and the rise and fall of the breath in our hand. And just let the breath be however it is, following it in and out, sensing the pauses in between. Just witnessing the breath, the rhythm of the breath like waves on the surface of the ocean. And now, with a sense of curiosity and kindness towards ourselves, we can just check to see whether our mind got lost in the weeds, noticing whether it was thinking or if it's feelings or emotion. We can notice and acknowledge this too. And noticing if it changed how we feel. And then we help to plant and water seeds by coming back to the breath or another anchor if you so choose. And let this practice be simple. As we breathe in, we know that we are breathing in. And as we breathe out, we know we are breathing out. Noticing the pauses in between breaths. Mindfulness of breathing isn't about making it be a certain way, but just witnessing each breath however it appears, whether it's long or short, fast or slow, deep or shallow. And if we need to deepen our attention at all, we can intentionally pause a little longer at the top and bottom of our breath. The body is always breathing without us ever having to notice it. So we're just noticing it by grounding our mind in the roots of our breath. Again, just check if our mind has gone off in the compost or caught in the weeds. Noticing if we're caught up in words or visuals and images, some past memory, or maybe a future fantasy or planning. Maybe an argument or conversation or some hurt feeling. But just notice what's here in this moment and see if you can invite a sense of allowing it to be as it is for right now. And if anything wants your attention, you can offer a kind or nourishing gesture, such as a hand on the heart or on the belly, or the back of our head or our neck. And we can even gently wrap our arms like a hug. And we can kind of mentally whisper to ourselves, "I'm here for you," or "I have the intention to be here for you." And then just come back to the roots of the breath as it moves in and out. We can take a few more deep breaths here if we like. Recognizing our attention is caught in the weeds or in the compost and grounding it back to our roots is the essence of our mindfulness practice. Just like sweeping the garden, we follow each sweep of our breath. We know when we are breathing in. We sense the pause. We know when we breathe out, and we sense the pause. And again, we can even pause slightly longer at the top and bottom of our breath to help deepen our attention. Or if the mind feels a little noisy, we can count our breath. And if you do, just let this counting be like a whisper in your mind. Staying present with our breath, we can begin to sense our whole body now. So beginning to sense the whole body as it breathes and rests here in this moment. Still noticing our breath flowing in and out. Noticing our body making contact with the ground or the seat beneath us. Sensing gravity rooting our body and keeping it planted in the ground. And we can sense what's happening within the body, as well as on the surface of our skin, like clothes or the air moving around us. Just staying curious about the sensations, the differences in pressure or temperature or tingling, whether things feel tight or loose, sharp or dull. But don't let go of the breath. The breath is here in the background, and we can be aware of the breath as we are aware of our body. And without judging ourselves, we just curiously check to see if our attention was caught on something. We can be kind and just notice what it was on, whether it was a thought or maybe some emotion is present. And then we can come back to the body breathing and resting in space. Or if something needs our kind attention at all, we can offer a willingness to be with it. We can place a hand somewhere comforting, like on our heart, or on our belly, or both. If there is a difficult sensation, we can try focusing on that sensation as well as our breath and just breathe with the area of difficulty. And we can also just notice whether things generally feel pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. Just acknowledging whatever's here with the spirit of curiosity and kind attention. Remaining interested about how it shows up in our body and in our mind. And then just come back to sensing the whole body as it breathes and rests in space in this moment. As we sense the breath and the body, we can also be aware of the field of sound as it constantly changes. We can notice our visual field as well. Even if our eyes are closed, we can look as though we're staring out at the night sky. Present for everything as it unfolds. Aware as it appears in our awareness. And gently bringing our attention back if it has wandered off at all. Keeping the breath in the background. Sensing the whole body grounded and rooted, being held by gravity. Sensing our sight and sounds as they come and go. aware of any feeling tones of pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Aware of our thoughts as they come and go. And with a sense of kindness and curiosity, we just check to see if we've gotten tangled in the weeds or gone sifting through the compost. What is the narrative of this moment? What might we be believing about ourselves or about others? Has it changed our mood or how things feel in the body? If our attention was caught, we can just notice what it was on, whether it was a thought or an emotion or some other sensation. Noticing the feeling tones of pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And just begin again as though for the first time. So we can sit up a little straighter if we've slouched over time. We can take a few deep breaths if we like. And then we can ground our attention in our roots by sensing the body breathing and resting in space in this moment. Present for whatever arises around the waves of the breath. And if it's comfortable for you, we can allow our awareness to open up to sense others practicing, whether in person or online, or others practicing anywhere around the world in this moment, sensing that they also have their own garden of their heart and mind with its own stories and sensations. And with the same intention to have some ease in their heart and mind, and perhaps touching the wish that they might have some calm and some joy or peace in their mind and body as well. And we can sense our shared humanity and a heart that includes the whole world and everything and everyone in it. May all beings touch peace beyond understanding. If you like, you can invoke the sense of a smile in your mind, or you can even let the edges of your mouth slightly curl upward, making a slight, small smile. And if your eyes are closed, you can slowly notice the light and color coming back in as you gently open them. We can still notice our breath in the background as we begin to move our bodies. We can stay mindful of the sensations in our body as we move it around. Thank you for your presence and your sincerity. It's in this way that we tend the garden of our heart and mind and help to transform the compost and the suffering of our life into a rich garden that's full of life and blooming flowers. So we can be grateful for taking this time to practice. Thank you. May it be of benefit not only to ourselves, but for all those who might come into contact with us.